Hello everyone. In this video, we are going to discuss about the exercise question 3.14 of class 11 physics from the chapter motion in a straight line. Let us see the question first. A man walks on a straight road from his home to the market, which is 2.5 kilometer away, with a speed of 5 kilometer hour raised to minus 1. So let this be the home of that man and let this be the market. Okay, see the distance from the home to the market is 2.5 kilometer, and the man he walks on a straight road, okay, with a speed of 5 kilometer per hour or 5 kilometer hour raised to minus 1. Okay, now finding the market closed, he instantly turns and walks back home with a speed of 7.5 kilometer hour raised to minus 1. So he is not stopping here at the market, he is walking back. Okay, so he is walking back from the market to his home, okay, with a speed of 7.5 kilometer per hour or kilometer hour is to minus 1. Then our question is, what is the magnitude of average velocity, then average speed of the man over the interval of time 0 to 30 minutes, 0 to 50 minutes and 0 to 40 minutes. So we want to find out the average velocity as well as the average speed of the man over the interval of time 0 to 30 minutes first. So before that, let us just find out the time taken by the man to reach the market from his home. Okay, see we have this equation, no, speed v is equal to distance traveled divided by time taken. Okay, or the time taken is equal to what? Distance traveled divided by the speed. Okay, so by using this expression, let us find out the time taken by the man to reach the market from home. So time taken t will be equal to distance traveled is what? 2.5 kilometer. Okay, so 2.5 kilometer divided by what about the speed? 5 kilometer per hour. 5 kilometer per hour. See, kilometer cancelled. So t equals 2.5 by 5. 2.5 by 5 is actually what? 1 by 2. Okay, hour. 1 by 2, half an hour means 30 minutes. Okay, so the time taken by the man to reach the market from his home, that is equal to 30 minutes. Okay, so 0 to 30 minutes, during that time the man is actually walking from his home to the market and he is reaching the market at t equals 30 minutes. So during this time 0 to 30 minutes, let us first find out the magnitude of average velocity. See, we know that average velocity, it is actually equal to the displacement divided by the time taken. Okay, which is equal to what? Displacement is actually the straight line distance from the home to the market, which is 2.5 kilometer. So 2.5 kilometer divided by what about the time taken? Time taken is half an hour. Okay, so this is like 2.5 kilometer into 2 by 1 hour, right? 2.5 into 2, which is 5, sorry, 2.5 into 2, yes, which is 5, so 5 kilometer per hour. So the magnitude of average velocity during this time interval 0 to 30 minutes is 5 kilometer per hour. Now what about his average speed during this interval of time 0 to 30 minutes? So to get its average speed during this interval of time, this is equal to distance by time taken. So what about the distance? 2.5 kilometer distance from the home to the market, and the time taken is half an hour. So you will get the same answer, which is 5 kilometer per hour. That is during this interval of time 0 to 30 minutes, his average velocity and average speed both are the same, 5 kilometer per hour. Now we want to find out the average speed as well as the magnitude of average velocity during this interval of time and this interval of time. So before that, let us just find out the time taken by the man to reach back home from the market. See, the time taken to reach the market is 30 minutes, which is half an hour. Now what will be the time taken by the man to reach back home from the market? So you see, from the market to home, the distance is 2.5 kilometer, but the speed with which he has traveled is 7.5 kilometer per hour. So the time taken t will be equal to what speed which is distance which is 2.5 kilometer divided by speed which is 7.5 kilometer per hour. Okay, so this will be equal to what? Kilometer cancel, so 2.5 divided by 7.5 hour. Okay, which is 25 by 75 hour. 5 5s are 25, 15, then 1 by 3. So 1 by 3 hour. 1 by 3 hour is actually equal to what? 1 hour is 60 minutes. So 60 minutes by 3 which is equal to 20 minutes. That is, you see, from home to the market the time taken by that man is 30 minutes which is half an hour. Then from market to back home the time taken is 20 minutes only, because you see the speed is more this time. So the total time taken by the man to come back home is what? 30 minutes plus 20 minutes which is 50 minutes. So we want to find out, the average speed as well as the magnitude of average velocity during this interval of time 0 to 50 minutes. So during that time 0 to 50 minutes, you see the man started his motion from home, reached the market and came back to home. Okay, so you see during 0 to 50 minutes his initial position is home and his final position, that is also home. That is, both his initial and final positions are the same. So what about the displacement? Displacement equal to 0. So let us just find out the average velocity as well as the average speed during this interval of time 0 to 50 minutes. You see, average velocity which is equal to displacement by time taken. So this time displacement is 0 divided by time taken is 1 by 3 hour. So 0 divided by any value which is 0. So 0 meter per second is the magnitude of average velocity. And what about the average speed during this time? You see, average speed is equal to total distance travel. What about the total distance? 2.5 kilometer to the market and 2.5 kilometer back to home. So 2.5 plus 2.5 which is 5 kilometer divided by, what about the time taken? What about the time taken? You see, 20 minutes, that is 1 by 2 hour from home to the market, then 1 by 3 hour back to home. So what about the total time taken? 3 plus 2, 5, 5 by 6 hour. So 5 by 6 hour. Okay, so this will be equal to what? 5 kilometer multiplication with reciprocal. So 6 by 5 hour. 5 cancel, so 6 kilometer per hour. So the average speed during this interval of time 0 to 50 minutes, average speed is 6 kilometer. Now we want to find out the magnitude of average velocity as well as the average speed of the man over this interval of time, that is 0 to 40 minutes. So you see, from home to market the time taken is 30 minutes. From market back to home 20 minutes. So 40 minutes would be somewhere here, no? Home to market 30 minutes. Then from here to here 20 minutes. So somewhere here, that is at the midpoint of home and market. You see, from the market to this midpoint, the time taken would be 10 minutes. Okay, so during the interval of time 0 to 40 minutes. 0 minute means starting from the home, 30 minutes to the market, then 10 more minutes to reach the midpoint of the straight road. Okay, so when t equals 40 minutes, the man would have reached somewhere here. Okay, so at this particular case, what about the distance travel? Distance traveled is 2.5 plus what? Half of 2.5. And what about the displacement? From home to this point, that is half of 2.5. So you see, during this interval of time 0 to 40 minutes, that is, you see, started from home at t equals 0 minutes, reached at the market at t equals 30 minutes, traveled 2.5 kilometer in that, then came back to home, traveled 1.25 kilometer, reached at the midpoint of the straight road during this interval of time, that is 0 to 40 minutes. That is, when we consider this interval of time 0 to 40 minutes, this is the initial position of the man and this is the final position of the man. So in this case, what about the magnitude of average velocity? average velocity, this is actually equal to displacement by time taken. What about the displacement from here to here only? Okay, that is 1.25 kilometer only. Divided by what about the time taken? Time taken as 30 plus 10, which is 40 minutes. Okay, so to get the average velocity in kilometer per hour, we have to convert this minute into hour. So we know that 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. So 1 minute is equal to 1 by 60 hour. So 40 minutes is equal to what? 40 by 60 hour. Okay, so when you do this calculation, you will get it as approximately 1.87 meter per, not meter per second, kilometer per hour. Similarly, to get the average speed, total distance traveled, so 2.5 plus 1.25, which is 3.75 kilometer, divided by the time taken, which is 40 by 60 hour. So while you do this calculation, you will get it as approximately 5.63 kilometer per hour. Okay. So in this video, we have discussed about this exercise question 3.14 from the chapter Motion in a Straight Line of class 11 physics. I hope it is clear to you. Thank you.